Welcome to Music in Motion. Today's featured guest is the astonishing, the amazing Pastor Gregg, Happy Guitar Haynes.
Hello and welcome to Music in Motion. I'm your host, Nikki Thompson, and today's guest is the amazing Pastor Gregg, Happy Guitar Haynes. Welcome, Pastor Haynes. How are you doing today?
I'm happy.
Okay.
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
Great. I'm sure our audience wants to hear a little bit in-depth information about your journey in music and leadership. So we'll start with asking you, how did you begin your journey in music?
Well, at the age of 8, I had a desire and a passion to play the guitar. Mm-hmm. But I didn't realize that we were poor, underprivileged, and wanted to take guitar lessons. But my mother, being a religious person, remembered what the Bible said, and she began to pray for me and asked the Lord to open up my ears. And so I never had a formal guitar lesson.
Okay.
But I began to watch television and the different sitcoms and try to learn. They gave me a little cheap guitar, a little plastic guitar. But I began to kind of pick up things. And my father and mother, they had a church. So that's at the age of 8. So about 10 years old, I just was on the job training, watching and trying to play. And my ears began to open. I began to learn, and really fast, just by ear.
Okay.
And so that was then. As I got 12 years old, I began to win talent shows in grade school and all those different things, and began to play. And then after I got a little older, more serious, I would just study and practice and watch and understudy. And then all of a sudden, I came into my own. And then that's when my cousin, Dr. Levi King, dubbed the name Happy Guitar, because he said every time I played the guitar in our church services, people would just respond joyfully, and so that's why it was called Gregg Haynes and the Happy Guitar.
Okay, I got you.
From then on, I was asked to play for different events. The historical documentary film Say Amen Somebody.
Okay.
I was a guitar player in the background, and some of the famous people like the O'Neill twins, the Barrett sisters, and Walter and Edwin Hawkins. And so when I got older, I began to play some things with Kirk Franklin and different more. But just my passion never stopped, even till this day. I will pick up the guitar and practice late at night, early in the morning, so it never stops. But my journey, and I got more serious about the music. I began to record, travel with stage plays all around the world.
Now, I noticed you stated that you had started winning some contests in high school and so forth, some kind of contest or so forth. Are you a native of St. Louis?
Yes, I'm born and raised here in St. Louis, Missouri.
And what high school did you graduate from?
Went to Beaumont High.
All right.
Yes, the Beaumont Blue Jackets.
Okay, so you done gave us a brief history of your music career, and I noticed that your music, it is gospel in fact, but would you also classify it as another type of music?
Well, the only thing that changed is the lyrics. The gospel is the good news, but my style, I came up watching Wes Montgomery, a jazz guitar player. Of course, B.B. King, George Benson. So I didn't particularly like the styles I was hearing in church, so I kind of broke the mold. But I would play the lyrics, but I would play the style, the genre of maybe a jazz or a different type sound.
That's what I was looking for,
so
to it fall in the category of jazz as well.
So gospel jazz, you know.
Out of all the songs that you performed, which one would you say is your favorite one, and why?
Well, I guess my favorite, and I guess the community and the country at large, when I began to play an instrumental, and it's entitled He's an On-Time God. He may not come when you want him,
I'm familiar
but he's always on time. And that song, the words, I mean, people can relate. Many times we want things to happen, and it seems like, is God here with us? But it always comes in the nick of time. And the style that we play it, I mean, I can't go anywhere across the country without playing that song. So it's a testimony, but it's also, you know, you got to give the people what they want.
Right.
And as long as they want to hear it, as long as I can physically do it, I will do it.
That's right. And I noticed that you're also a pastor. When did you accept your call to be a pastor?
Well, actually, last year in the year of 2012, I wanted to, I've just felt that call, because I love being with people and working with people and impartation and things like that. So we started that and Anointed Ministries Christian Center.
Okay.
And I thank God for it. My wife is just right there with me, and we still evangelize. I get travel across the country, so when I'm gone, she's there to kind of to pick up the slack.
Okay.
And we're also working with some other ministries. So we merged. I found myself, merging with another church.
Okay.
So I yet have the role as pastoral ministry, but I do the work of an evangelist.
Okay. Do you ever have issues with juggling between being for your calling as a pastor as well as your calling for your music?
Well, the music is my gift.
Okay.
I mean, that's what the Lord gave me
Right.
to play and what I do. And the pastoral ministry is just another way that I accepted to be a blessing to people, hurting people, or just children. And so I find that it's a balance. Now, sometimes, like I get a lot of engagements in music. Sometimes I have to say, well, maybe no, not this time.
Right.
But the music softens the heart. So I'll play a song before I preach.
Okay.
So if the preaching don't work, the playing will.
Okay, so and so it was just a year ago that you took on that responsibility.
Yes.
And what's the ministry that you merged with?
RLCC
Okay.
as Resurrection Life Ministry.
Okay, okay, and where they're located in the local area?
Yeah, they're located in the North County, St. Louis, on Redmond Road.
Okay, okay, and is there a specific time of the services? Or?
The services are every Sunday at 11:30 a.m.
Okay.
And Resurrection of Life Ministry.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I thank you for giving us that information. We will like to talk a little bit about your ministry, the Ambassadors of Kingdom. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
And the purpose of that ministry.
Sure will. I would love to.
Okay. Can you tell us about that?
Yes.
The purpose of it
Well,
and so forth?
Ambassadors of the Kingdom. We know that ambassadors mean we are representatives.
Right.
And the kingdom of God. So the kingdom ministry versus church work. Church work, we have denominations, we have, race, creed, and color.
Right.
But kingdom includes everybody.
Right.
So we don't just limit our music and to just one church or one organization or one denomination. And so I wanted to use that, number one, I'm going to open up we're going to start launching the Happy Guitar Music and Arts Foundation.
Okay.
And the purpose is for underprivileged children at the age of 8 years old.
Okay.
We're going to do free guitar lessons.
Okay.
But more importantly than that, once a month, we meet with musicians across the board, whether it's organ, drums, piano, and we call it a musician's fellowship.
Okay.
Okay, and so what we do, we talk about integrity, how to be a representation of what we do. So that's why we're having a big concert in October.
That's what I want to talk to you more about. Thank you very much for that information. And as soon as we come back from our break, we'll talk more about the concert that you got coming up.
Thank you.
Right now, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll return with a few questions dealing with Pastor Haynes' ministry, Ambassadors of the Kingdom.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
And we're out.
You got plans?
You bet. 50 million Americans struggle with hunger, but we can do something about it.
Excuse me.
What's going on?
Dinner. Please join me in helping put food on their tables. Together, we can feed America.
You guys keep going. I'm gonna get the plates.
Plates?
Find your local food bank at feedingamerica.org/hunger.
Live with a human for a while and you get to know a few things. Like, I know she's actually not a morning person. I know she does strange tricks for no treats. I know that water makes her howl like crazy. I even know how the floor stays so clean. She's quick. But the one thing I will never for the life of me know is how she gets so tiny and inside that box. Natalie, how do you get so tiny?
What if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow.
My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
We're back with Pastor Haynes, and we're going to ask him a few more questions about this upcoming concert. Pastor Haynes, I wanted to know when will the concert actually be, and where would it be at?
I'm glad you asked that question.
Okay.
It is entitled Ambassadors of the Kingdom.
Okay.
And it will be October the 18th on a Friday evening beginning at 7 o'clock p.m. at the Westside Missionary Baptist Church. That's 4675 Page Boulevard. And I will have my 10-piece band. Musicians have been around, and very seasoned musicians. We have out-of-town guests. We have Gennaro Wilson and the family, recording artists. And it will show the musicians, our very style that we have and genres is eclectic. We'll have styles of jazz, gospel, blues, but with a gospel message. And we're encouraging everybody to come out. It's just a $10 donation. But you can always go to the website for more information. That's happyguitar.com.
All right, that's exactly what we needed to know. Now, outside of this concert, are there any other upcoming tours or releases?
Yes, I'm always traveling, but I decided just to be home locally. On August the 30th, we're doing what we call a night of family and praise, where we, the musicians fellowship. We have children that will be on the concert, and the local musicians who are kind of under the radar. We want to give them a chance. So this is like a pre-musical to the October, and that's going to be at Emmanuel Temple Church. And that information is on our website as well. That's on a Friday evening. That's August the 30th.
Okay, we would like to take another quick break and then come back and be able to listen to you play your guitar for us here in the studio.
We can. We'd love to.
We're going to take a quick break so that we can return and hear Pastor Haynes play his guitar for us. Hi, I'm back with Music Emotions. I'm Nikki Thompson. This is Pastor Haynes. He's going to play us a little tune here.